Is Jaylen Brown the best Celtic?
Man, listen. They like to sell him as a second string, or not second string, a second scorer. I always try to say it's 1A, 1B. So I think, Jaylen Brown can hit that same level
As Jason Tatum?
Yeah.
But mentally, and everybody thinks they're the best.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm listening to Jaylen Brown talk after the game, it sounds like he thinks he is the best player on that Celtics team. Like he is the guy. Like he talks about how he had to initiate this, that, and the third, and how they kind of worked through him when he was able to get in his rhythm. So I found that kind of interesting.
You're supposed to be that. You're supposed to feel that way, though, just as a player. And it's been like that for years. That's why people thought that they were going to split up eventually because of both of their abilities. I wouldn't be surprised if they do win the championship. I wouldn't be surprised if he try to make it work on his own team. You know what I mean? But I mean, till that happens, it's like this. It's like, okay, how can I compare it? They play so well as a well-knit team. There's no one person that can, contribute. Everybody contributes, and that's just, salute to the head coach for putting that culture there. Because if he wouldn't have, it still would have been the battle between Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
Absolutely.
To the point. So he was able to get these guys to get on board,
You're facts. So, that's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
So, D-Money, what's the key to Golden State tying this thing up at 1-1? What did Golden State have to do on Sunday to even the series up against Boston in the finals?
Well, they're going to have to figure out how to get the other guys involved. Boston, the way that Boston is attacking these guys, I think they're letting Steph Curry kind of get off.
Right.
But, I mean, he can get off all he wants, but they're going to lock down these other guys. You see how them having Robert Williams there has made a little bit of a difference too.
Yeah, they're gonna force somebody else to beat them, and these guys are just not stepping up. I'm looking at Clay; he just wasn't there.
Yeah, and the thing about Clay though is different now. Is you have a guy that's chasing Clay that can keep up with him, so it ain't just you just
That's
running
true.
away and they running through these picks. These guys aren't small either, bro. Like. As lengthwise, and they're young and they're quick. Golden State ain't that, you know what I'm saying? They're not the guys that they were during the championship runs that they were.
And one thing about this series, before we get off of this one, one of the biggest things that I've learned is that Boston has helped redefine the definition of experience.
Mm-hmm.
Going into this series, everyone feel like because Golden State as a team has had more finals appearances as of late, you know what I'm saying, than no one on Boston has been to the finals. Everyone is giving Golden State that default title of having the experience. But when you look at what Boston went through this year, knocking off KD and Kyrie, having to win a game 7 on against the defending champions in Milwaukee, losing game 6 and then winning game 7 on the road against Miami. That's true experience as well. So I think this was a learning curve for me because the definition of experience was redefined. You can't just put it on the Warriors having it because of the title run. The shit that the Celtics are going through now is historical. Be sure to check out the rest of this episode and more at the Best of 7 on all your favorite listening platforms.